This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
It's because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
I think that's taking it to another level.
Yeah. Log on and join our live conversation.
He said this as we were coming on TV.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Wednesday, August 7th. I'm here with Stephanie and Brandon. I'm Jeff. Erica, luckily, has the night off.
Lucky gal.
Let's get to it, guys. The wait is finally over, for me included. The reboot of BH 90210 premieres tonight on Fox. They even recreated the original opening credits, but fans can't stop buzzing about the reunion between Shannon Doherty and Jenny Garth. It's no secret they didn't get along back in the 90s, and on this week on Watch What Happens Live, Jenny talked about their worst fight. Let's listen.
What kinds of things did you tussle?
I can only remember one incident, and that was when, we took it outside.
You did?
Yeah.
Did it actually get physical?
Yeah, I'm a Midwestern girl.
Right.
And I spent some time in Glendale, Arizona.
Okay.
So that makes you tough.
The streets of Glendale, Arizona. All right, apparently Jenny and Shannon put their differences aside for the reboot, and we've been hyping this show for a long time, so will you guys be watching tonight? Go to dblvote.com to weigh in. I'm going to kick this one off right now. I was a huge fan back in the day. Used to watch this growing up, watching in college, even when it wasn't popular, or it was super popular. Wasn't popular at my college. Invited all my football team in there. By the end of the season, everyone's watching it. So needless to say, I'm watching it. I like the concept of the new show. They're going to play themselves as opposed to their characters, which I like.
I mean, are they really making up for the reboot or just for the paycheck? Let's be honest.
That's true. A lot of them aren't really working that steadily, I would say. Ian Tiering's got Sharknado, I know, but the rest, I don't know.
Oh, Sharknado 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 12.
All of them. I think he's made it.
Shannon Doherty said that she wasn't going to initially do it. She said it was the passing of Luke Perry that drastically changed her mind. And they said that there's going to be a huge Luke Perry tribute. I don't know, like throughout the season or whatever.
Right.
If it's just one episode. But I can see her or anyone kind of putting that to the side to pay tribute, because she said they were all like a family when they were on set.
Absolutely.
Except the two that were beefing.
They were fighting. I wonder who won. I wonder who won that fight.
I don't know. The mean
Who
streets
do you
of
think?
Glendale.
You watched it.
I don't know. I think Shannon Doherty can
Where's
take
she
her.
from? The mean streets of what?
The mean streets of
Tacoma,
Idaho.
Washington.
I have no idea. I have no idea. But I don't know. I didn't know. If there's any Glendale viewers out there,
let
me know about
know.
those tough streets out there. All right, will you be watching the new BH 90210? 81% with me, yes.
There we go. I might have to give it a go. We didn't watch it in England, so maybe the reboot might be good.
What? If you didn't watch the original, I don't know how it's going to translate, but let's see. Give it a go.
All right.
Give it a go. All right, guys, speaking of hot new TV shows, Monica Lewinsky is taking her infamous story to the FX network. She's producing the 3rd season of American Crime Story that will follow the scandals leading up to President Bill Clinton's impeachment hearings. Along with Monica, Paula Jones and Linda Tripp will be main characters in the story, and actress Beanie Feldstein plays Monica. If you guys don't know, that's Jonah Hill's younger sister, and appears in recent films like Lady Bird and Booksmart, so no word in yet who's going to play the Clintons, but I don't know. This is like a part of American history. I'm tuning in for sure to watch this. But my thing is, Monica Lewinsky, in all the recent interviews, she says, I don't want to be part of this story anymore. Please don't bring up this story anymore. Now she's producing and profiting off of it.
Exactly. So, I mean, we've all heard her story in various forms and formats. We've read it in Vanity Fair. We've seen it when she's done interviews. And exactly what you just said. She's always saying she wants to move on. She doesn't want to be remembered for this. Then she produces the show. I mean, if that's not wanting a paycheck, I don't know what is.
And on top of that, they're going to premiere this the final 6 weeks of the 2020 election. So you know she's going to have to do a press tour. You know people are going to ask her what was her motivation with it. And you know they're going to ask her about the dress, the infamous dress. But I see this as a way to influence the election. You know,
really?
Because look how big this show is. Just think about the OJ case.
Yeah.
Everyone looked at that. They won Emmys off that. John Travolta, David Schwimmer, and what if this would have aired during OJ's parole hearing? I think that would have swayed the parole board in some manner. Just like surviving R. Kelly, I think had a lot to do with him getting locked up right now.
Yeah, for sure. It's weird, these documentaries, how much of an impact they have. So maybe you're onto something there.
Steph Jones documentary.
Don't know what's going to come out there. A load of flying unicorns and cockapoos.
I don't even want to ask.
A cockapoo's my dog.
I know that, but I was asking where are they coming from, but I'll let that one sit there for a minute. All right, last night there was a mega moment that could bring any diva lover to tears. Check this out. Ariana Grande made a surprise appearance at Barbra Streisand's concert in Chicago, and the powerhouse pair sang no more tears, enough is enough. Let's listen. And after the duet, the 26-year-old Ariana Grande posted this picture and said she was going to pass out. I wonder how Barbra Streisand liked sharing that spotlight, because she's been on her own for a long, long time now. I wonder how
But she hasn't been as much in the spotlight more recently.
So
I think her big golden hour or days were, you know, a little while ago now.
I'm with
her
you.
legend
She's
will
an
live
icon for sure.
She'll live on forever, and
Yes.
whenever she performs, it's always going to be fantastic. But her, you know, her main big, you know, time in the spotlight, I think, has kind of
word
moved.
on the street, she's out promoting her 9th live album. So, I mean, if you're, I don't want to say older, like if you're one of those older celebrities, you want to ride the wave of one of the new celebrities that's hot right now. I mean, to kind of promote what you have going on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're an icon. People are going to love you. If you say, I want to do a song with you, no one's going to, Ariana Grande is not going to be like, no.
It's a win-win for both of them.
So it's a win-win for both of them.
If you could do any dead or alive, any singer duet, pretending we're all great singers here.
Oh, I can't sing.
Who? No, we're pretending.
Or does it have to be a singer, or can it be an actor?
Actor or whatever, singer.
He's famous for going.
Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, man. I want to hang out with Eddie. Eddie before social media too. I want to know what it was like back in the 80s. Studio 54, all that.
Oh.
How about you?
Who's yours be? I need a bit more minute to think.
If I could do a duet and I was a good singer, oh, Blue Eyes, Frank Sinatra. Could you imagine that?
Oh yeah, that would be a classic. I would have loved to have met Marilyn. You know what? Who I really, really loved? I loved Judy Garland, but apparently she was a bit. You
difficult.
Know, yeah, we'll
So
use that
is it
word.
Marilyn or is it Judy? You got to pick one.
I'll go with Judy. Why not? Yellow Brick Road and all that. Give me a little Toto. Looks like our very own
And a
Tory.
cockapoo.
Along
Our
with
very
the
own.
cockapoo.
Our very own Tori Shulman looked like little Dorothy earlier today. If you watched some of the previous shows, one of our co-hosts, all she needed was a little dog, and she'd have.
Oh,
like,
with her outfit today?
Yes.
Ah, a little something for you to go back on social media.
Yeah, go back, have a
and
little
check it
spy,
out.
and write in and say how much Tori Shulman looked like Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz.
Make sure you check that out. All right, guys, Beyonce is making history again, and this time it's a work of art. Raquel Villanueva has the news at the moment.
Well, Jeff, Queen Bee has earned her title as music royalty. Now she's becoming a part of history at the Smithsonian. The museum is adding Beyonce's Vogue cover to the National Portrait Gallery. This photo was the first ever to be shot by a black photographer in the magazine's 125-year history. Tyler Mitchell, who captured this shot, tweeted, "A year ago today, we broke the floodgates open. No word yet on when it'll go on display, but it's a permanent part of the collection."
Thank you, Raquel. Beyonce can do no wrong. All right, guys, moving on. I love this last story. Is there a double standard in Hollywood when it comes to men and women and how they age? Actress Jennifer Garner is opening up about it. She told InStyle magazine about what it was like going from a hot girl to being defined by pregnancies and babies. The 47-year-old also said the roles aren't rolling in like they used to. Then on the flip side, there's Brad Pitt. He's 55 years old and still showing off that shirtless physique in the new Tarantino movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He said he took his workout seriously and made positive lifestyle changes. And for comparison, here's Brad in Thelma and Louise almost 30 years ago. Still looking good, Mr. Pitt.
I think he actually looks better now than he did then.
No.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
All right, so we're talking about aging gracefully. Do you think men age more gracefully than women, or do you think that's an unfair stereotype?
I think there's a lot more pressure on women to stay looking young, especially within our industry. But I think men tend to, women like a silver fox. They like someone who's a bit older. They like someone who's got like salt and pepper hair. That's like really attractive, and that sells really well. Whereas when you get to a certain certain age as being a woman, you're definitely seen as not as desirable because, especially in our industry, they always want someone younger, someone who doesn't have kids, someone who, you know, it's just sadly how it
But
is.
what, I mean,
think it's right,
I know
but
if I was still in LA going on auditions, I get all the dad roles. You know what I mean? I got that even in my early 30s because my hair started going gray, and I was like, you know what? I gotta adapt the way I'm doing things to how I look.
I get that completely, but I still think that Hollywood and the entertainment industry in general favors an older gentleman over an older lady.
How about J-Lo? She's in that new movie
I mean,
Hustler
she looks amazing,
with
but
20-year-olds. I mean, if you look amazing, that's the part you're going to look.
And she looks amazing.
I want you to chime in on this if I'm wrong. I just think that a lot of people in our industry try and hold on to who they used to be. I think it's kind of like football in a way where you can't do the same things you did athletically anymore. Basketball, you can't do the same things. So instead of going up and being athletic and dunking the ball, guys develop a jump shot. You adapt to it. So that's what he's saying. Like, okay, back in his day, Jeff, you know, remember the jacuzzi scene and the limousine scene? He can't do it. He's going to be in a Kia with the kids in the back now.
That's right.
You know, he's going to do the dad role. I think it's all about adapting and rebranding yourself in this
Aging
industry.
gracefully and accepting it, which is a lot harder for us ladies, I think, just because of social media pressures. It shouldn't be.
It's a good conversation.
You think Brad didn't look at himself in the mirror and be like, you're fat now. Look at you 30 years ago, you were a fox. Now you're a
I don't know, he looks pretty damn good to me, I'll take that.
But he had to make lifestyle changes. He had to work hard for that.
And look how it's paid off. Thank you very much.
And a lot of that's genetics. I couldn't get that if I wanted.
I mean, I don't normally say nice things about Brad. Normally, I'm like, yeah, take or leave him, but, you know, I'll take him there.
Whoa, coming around on the pits. I like it.
With the cockapoo.
Don't make me laugh. I got a sore throat. DBL is live, and coming up, the claws come out on the Real Housewives of New York reunion. Why the ladies went off on Countess Luann. And next, sorry.
We'll
tell you Lindsay Lohan's list of
then.
demands when appearing on talk shows. That's if she even shows up. I know. So, yeah, we're talking about aging gracefully. That's a good conversation to have. I don't think I have my things out right here. But that's a good conversation to have because I definitely see the women's side. But is it a mental thing or is it really how people age in society? You know what I mean? Is it more, I don't know. This is a tough road to navigate without a woman here. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, how do you feel about it? No. Come on, Destiny.
You're a woman
give us
today?
a shot.
No, I'm just joking.
I'm a woman today. Wasn't yesterday.
This is our makeup artist, Destiny, filling in for Jure.
Hi.
Hey.
Jure. So,
I mean,
Al and Erica. So Erica's off.
And she just had a baby, so you can kind of feel what Jennifer Gardner, like, can you relate to what Jennifer's Gardner's going through in a way?
Yeah.
So
they
people
do.
judge you now.
Yeah. As a, like, getting older and having a baby. As a woman, yes. As a man, no. They see the baby with the man, and they're like, people like go towards that.
Oh,
they think
yeah.
it's hot and attractive.
I use my nieces.
So maybe I'm all wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe
They're
I'm
live
wrong.
bait. My nieces.
Maybe it
And
is a
then
woman
women,
thing.
they're like, she has kids now. Like,
Who says that?
everybody, work, friends, men, like, everyone.
You baited her.
No, literally.
So Jennifer Gardner. So if let's put yourself in Jennifer Gardner's position, would you go for mom type roles
Right.
now, or would you continue to?
Why
go
wouldn't
for
you
the girl
use
next
what you
door
got?
type roles?
Yeah, you would go for mom. I would
Right?
go for mom.
So you think she's holding on to her
She could be
old
like
self?
hot mom. Like
Yeah.
a hot mom.
What's
in a,
and what's
as a
wrong
role.
with that?
Yeah.
I don't understand. So you think she's holding on to her old self then?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot
Oh,
of
see,
people.
now you're with
You got
us.
it out.
He
Okay,
got
you
you.
got
He
it out.
got you.
You got it out.
He made the whole spin. All right, I like it.
This
No
is
more to
makeup,
say.
By the way, this is a makeup.
What is it?
It is me.
Welcome back to DBL. It's What Up Wednesday, and we've got all the juicy gossip that you lot are talking about. So let's head on over to our What Up World map, where our first stop is the City of Angels, where the feud between Tyrese Gibson and The Rock is back. In a now deleted Instagram post, Tyrese slammed Dwayne Johnson's new movie, Hobbs and Shaw. This is the lowest box office opening weekend of the action franchise since 2006, and he said, "I have to show my respect for one thing. He tried." Oh, here's what's up, Tyrese. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Because it's box office hits and huge paychecks. Yep, he told you. And our next stop is New York City, where supermodel Gigi Hadid could be caught in a love triangle. Now, photos surfaced of the model with Bachelorette runner-up Tyler Cameron. And get this, Tyler had spent the night with Bachelorette Hannah B. I mean, you know, the woman that he just proposed to on national TV. Well, he was with her just 2 days before his coy date with Gigi. Here's what's up. I mean, Tyler is the fan favorite to be the next Bachelor, but would he risk it all for supermodel love? I mean, talk about dating up, I know I would. And grab your passport, because our final destination is Melbourne, Australia, where Lindsay Lohan sent a laundry list of off-limit topics before her appearance on Have You Been Paying Attention? So, what was on this list? We have Paris Hilton, her dating life, past arrests, her cancelled MTV show, and of course, her dad. Right, here's what's up. It was a low blow when Lilo was a no-show after sending a bunch of questions that were a no-go. So what was she doing? Apparently, washing her hair. Which has us all asking, Lindsay, what have you been paying attention to? Seriously, chick. That's been another edition of What Up Wednesday. And coming up on Daily Blast Live, co-host and Big Brother alum Jeff Schroeder breaks down the latest episode of Big Brother in Reality Roundup. That's coming up next.
Hey guys, Kelly Schubert here with the DBL Digital team. I'm tracking all the breaking and trending news for you right now, but it's time for Fast Blast, where I give you all the news you need to know in under 2 minutes. Let's get that timer up. Here we go. Have you tried Burger King's new Impossible Whopper? You may not be eating what you thought you were. The burger chain is admitting that its plant-based burger is vegetarian, but that it's cooked on the same griddle as its chicken and beef products. What the heck, Burger King? On behalf of all my vegetarian friends, this is unacceptable. This seems like a big fat Whopper fail to me. Have you seen the viral photo floating around the internet of a backless airplane seat? A lot of people freaked out thinking this is the future of flying because airlines are trying to cut so many costs. But don't worry, EasyJet says passengers would never be allowed to fly in a seat like this. But why is there a picture of a woman sitting in the seat then? Now, EasyJet says it's investigating and passengers' safety is its highest priority. But hey, I know I wouldn't sit in a backless chair for an entire flight. Let's ask our airport expert. Jeff?
Hell no. I'm not having that. I don't like when people with their seats back, but to take away the whole seat, we can't have that.
No. Talk about a stinky situation. Check out this viral photo of a toilet that exploded in Florida. The house was struck by lightning during a bad thunderstorm. Now, plumbers said it must have struck near the septic tank, and that's what caused the toilet to blow into pieces. There are a ton of gross potty jokes I could say right now, but let's just move on. A popular movie from my childhood is getting a reboot, but not everyone is happy about it. Kevin! That's right, Disney says it's planning to reboot Home Alone. Fans of the classic Christmas movie say the movie is perfect the way it is, and they're worried Disney is trying to ruin the franchise. Duh. They say the third Home Alone was already bad, so why try to remake it? Here's my thought. Unless I'm getting a cameo from Macaulay Culkin himself, I am fully against this reboot. This has been Fast Blast for you. Take care.
Welcome back to DBL. It has been a crazy week for the Real Housewives, so Sam Shocker and Tori Shulman join me for Reality Roundup.
Yep, first up on the Real Housewives. First of all, we got Jeff with us. I'm really excited. This is going to be good. Get ready, Jeff. First up on the Real Housewives of New York, the ladies call out Luann for being self-centered. Uh-oh, check it out.
Where's your daughter going to school this fall? I don't know. We haven't even talked about that yet.
You didn't ask?
I don't even know anything. You don't know where her daughter's going to school? She hasn't told me. We haven't seen each other.
I texted you.
The U-Pen. That's insane. That's me.
I didn't hear anything they said till that's insane. So I don't even know what's going on.
So you don't think Luann is self-centered?
I have no idea who Luann is.
She's the Countess.
She's the Count. Anybody that calls themselves the Countess.
She's at fault.
Although I love Luann.
I do too, but my favorite really is the Bethany reactions to Luann.
I know.
She's just like, you're a snake.
I know.
You're insane.
I give Luann a pass this season. She was working on her sobriety. If she needed to focus on herself to get sober, I'm giving her a pass.
You're giving the Countess a pass.
I give the Countess a pass.
All right, fine.
Oh, camera one. Here we go. Next on Dance Moms, Abby Lee Miller has one student make a hard choice.
no.
Uh-oh. Take a look.
Michelle, I'm going to ask you to step outside, please.
Come on, Abby.
Step outside the room. You are not going to dance if your mother doesn't follow my rules.
Yes, so please go upstairs.
My daughter's choosing to stay with this deranged lunatic that's a convicted felon over me.
I win. I always choose me.
Man.
I mean, what was the one thing you said while we were watching that packet?
I'm like, didn't she just get out of jail?
Yeah.
Yes.
And now she's
back on her show.
dancing again.
I know.
Who's the new warden in town?
Good one. do we want to give Abby Lee Miller a second chance?
No, we do not.
You do not?
No, and I know comeback with Cobb, Erica would be very upset with me. She deserves the comeback she deserves, and I don't think she deserves.
But Erica always says you get the comeback that you're willing to earn.
And I don't think she's earning much with this kind of behavior.
Ooh, DBL Nation, let us know if you think she should get a second chance. Well, finally, on Big Brother, the house guests have been locked inside for over a month. Can you imagine? And they turned to lip reading to stay entertained. Check out Christy trying to guess the phrase.
Beg for ducks.
Bad? Beg.
Yes.
Beg for?
Ducks.
Sex?
Ducks.
Stocks?
Ducks.
Socks. Beg for socks.
Ducks.
Beg for ducks. Beg for ducks? They look insane.
You're bored.
I'm telling you, the downtime in the house is something that people do not understand.
So what would you do?
Oh my God, thank God I had my wife there. That's where like we really fell in love in that house, even though we were friends. But there's still a famous like saying that people still come up to me to this day. We're laying there, I'm like, what kind of animal would you want to be? You know, like an eagle? And she's like, I'd rather be a squirrel. Like it's this really crazy line. That's how bored we are.
It's almost like you guys are like permanently at a campfire.
Yeah.
Just talking about like nothingness.
And you wake up and you're like, there's nothing to do till Thursday. And you just, it's Tuesday. And you watch,
That's
literally,
a form of torture.
you watch like, we watched a spider make a web.
Can you watch
for an
TV?
afternoon. I'm not even kidding.
Can you watch TV?
No, there's no book, nothing.
No books?
Nothing.
No crosswords?
Oh, no.
And you can,
I'm out.
Is there a gym?
Yeah, there's a gym.
Okay.
But sadly, you get so tired. You're like, I'm just going to work out all day. And you get so tired, you're like, I'll do it later. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll work out next week.
Because there's
and
no
then you
schedule.
just don't even work. Yeah.
They say schedules keep you on
and
point.
when you get out of there, when you go home, you're kind of like all over the place. You got to regroup.
And they have psychologists for you, correct? Wait,
if you need them, yes, absolutely.
Did you use them?
No, luckily. Maybe I should have.
This has been Reality Roundup with Jeff.
Yay!
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Budgetologist Felicia Jones is back in studio, and she is following up with your questions about retirement in today's Dollars and Cents, presented by John Hancock. Felicia, thank you so much for coming back here.
Thank you for having me again.
You know how I like to hold on to my money.
I know, we're going to nerd out over retirement.
Absolutely,
Yes.
My wife appreciates it all. Let's take our first question. It's actually a video question from Sue Ellen, so let's take a look.
How can I save for retirement when I'm still paying off debts? I feel like there's just never enough money to do both.
So the question is, how can Sue Ellen save for retirement while still paying off of her debts?
You know what? Sue Ellen first needs to take advantage of her job's 401k plan. That means money for retirement. Then we're going to follow the 1090 rule, and then we're going to pay off high impact debt.
All right, so what's the 1090 rule?
Well, the 1090 rule is just a little fun rule that I love to say. We're going to put 10% of your income toward retirement, the other 90% toward paying off debt and lowering living expenses.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So when you do the 10 rule. So you're saving that. Are you putting that directly into a 401k? What are you doing with that 10%
Actually,
savings?
we're going to, if we're going to put as much as we can into a 401k, then we're going to piggyback into an IRA and then other investments. But the biggest thing with having debt is that we got to get rid of that debt so that we can put more money into retirement.
I think that's important, especially with student loans and things. People can't get out of their debt. They're paying off the interest, not even the loan at some point.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's what you got to do. Get rid of that debt first.
Yeah, but we can put that 10% into some retirement so that you don't feel too bad about what you're doing, but definitely focus on that debt.
Felicia, thank you so much on behalf of my family and the DBL Nation. Thank you for the great tips.
Thank you for having me here.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. All right, guys, so submit your financial questions for the next Dollars and Cents. Please email askmrsjones@dailyblastlive.com. And for information about life insurance and retirement planning, call John Hancock at 1-800-978-0663. We'll be right back. Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments, right, Brandon?
Yes, we do, and it's regarding the dream duet. So Joy says a collab between Brendan and Eddie Murphy would be hilarious. Pam says Stephanie was so cute when she tried to describe Judy Garland in a diplomatic way.
Yeah, well, I mean, we all know she was a brilliant talent, a fantastic voice, amazing actress, but her demeanor wasn't always apparently the best.
Her demeanor was cockapoo. And Lavinia says, who needs Frank Sinatra when you got Jeff Schroeder? He's my old blue eyes.
Oh,
hey!
Oh, that's a compliment right there. Compared to old blue eyes, huh?
I mean,
tell me about
how about that? I gave a little wink.
Hey, and it's got like a casual zoom in as well.
I know. I got a little embarrassed there. But yeah, I mean, why not? I'm out of things to talk about, to be honest with you.
But really quick, explain this Judy Garland thing to me, real quick.
Okay, just because I grew up watching all of those types of films, and I loved, and Gene Kelly as well. Do you know who Gene Kelly is?
Yes, I know that.
Okay, Dancing in the Rain.
Yeah.
If you don't know, I don't know. You never know.
We have so much more to talk about, but unfortunately, we're out of time for today. Woo! Saved by the Bell. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.